All right, so on May 11th, I got an offer by Uber. And the offer was, if I did 210 rides with Uber in the next month, they would guarantee me $2,660. So my head was like, that's about $12.66 a ride. Then I thought if I could do rides $10 or less, that means they're paying me an extra $2.66. And that seemed pretty good. I had to ask myself, you know, what would I be losing? Because I'd be driving exclusively for Uber because I only drive on the weekends. And then I got into the fine print. So in this video, what I'm going to share with you is my considerations about accepting or declining this offer, the fine print, which is kind of sneaky, and then the results, right? And then stick around. At the end, I'll tell you whether I recommend, if you get this offer, you take it or not. All that and more, coming right up. Hey everybody, it's Jay Crater with the RideShare Guy. Drinking some coffee on a beautiful Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday. So by way of background, let me show you what the offer looked like. So this was it. Guarantees. Earn $22,660 in 30 days. Complete 210 rides in 30 days and earn a guaranteed $2,660. And that expires on June 11th. So given that today is June 7th, I hit my goal. Actually, I hit it at the end of May. So I got excited about it and I went and did some driving. But let's start with number one. What were my considerations? Number one, my considerations. My biggest consideration was what bonuses would I be missing out on with Lyft? Because I prefer driving Lyft. I prefer Lyft because I like their app more, because they have the auto accept feature. And frankly, between Uber and Lyft at this point in the marketplace, they both stay about the same busy. And also Lyft has much better surge, you know, much better surge, more surge. They also have those, you know, Quest bonuses where you get 3 rides in a row and you can make up to like $21 extra, and you can do that twice in an hour. So that was my main consideration. But in the end, I decided that I needed to read the fine print. Number two, the fine print. And the fine print was a little I mean, it's a little like this and a little So let me show you the fine print. So it says earnings from your trip, blah, 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 and any tips. That's the key. And any tips are included towards your guarantee amount. Promotions you make on top of the amount. So what does that mean? So that means if I did every trip at $10 and every trip paid me a tip of $3, let's say, then I wouldn't get anything because the tip goes towards the guarantee. So basically I'm disincented. There's no benefit for me to get tips. No benefit whatsoever. And tips is how I kind of judge how I'm doing as a driver. And tips, I think for Uber, are important because if a driver is getting tips, that means they're doing a good job for you, Uber. So why would you disincentivize us to get tips? So that was no bueno. They do, however, let you keep any promotions. And as you'll see, that was a significant amount, which did not go towards the guarantee. So you win some with the promotions and you lose some with the tips. I think as a driver, as a greedy, you know, driver, that I should be able to keep all my tips and keep all my promotions, and just the standard fare should go towards the guarantee. That's not the case, but I still decided to go for it. Number three, my strategy. Strategy was pretty simple. Don't take any long rides. But it's just a bad habit of mine. But if I see a ride that has a really good revenue per hour, it's hard for me to turn it down. And so sometimes I took long rides. And I get tips. And every time I got a tip, my heart sort of sank because I thought that's just no, it's not going to count towards the guarantee. So it just eats away at the guarantee. Here's an example though. I got this ping and it was for like $46 for half an hour. And I was really close to the pickup. So I went ahead and I did the pickup, and then I got a $20 tip on top of that. So for 30 minutes of work, I made $66. That's like $125 an hour. Muy bueno. That's really great. But all those little $3 I was making on the shorter rides, I just ate up, like $53 of it on this one ride. So I guess it's like, money in the hand is better than two in the bush. But I did that a few times, and that stuck in my mind as I was out there driving. So I was constantly battling with myself to not take the long rides with the high earnings per hour. And sometimes I just failed. I failed at that. So that was my strategy. Do as many small rides as possible. I did turn down a lot of $12 rides, $13 rides, $14 rides. And let's see how it all turned out. Number 4, the results. So I got to say, going into last Sunday, I knew I was going to hit the number, and I didn't know if I was going to get paid right away. I talked with Sergio and Chris on the Show Me the Money Club show, and they said, you might not get the money till June 11th. When the time was up. I've never had a bonus that I didn't get immediately from Uber or Lyft for that matter. So I thought I would get paid right away, but I didn't know if I would. But I was getting excited because I wanted to see what I was going to get. In my mind, I was playing the game of, if I get $200 or more, I will be happy. That was basically where I was at, because all I could remember was the 2 or 3 or 4 long rides I took or the big tips I got. That was in my head. So here's where we ended up. All right, so here's what I saw right after I completed my my 210th ride at 6 in the morning. As you can see, 5:52. I received a bonus of $530.96. So that was way better than I had anticipated. So I was very pleased. Very pleased. I still had to do 10 more rides to get another bonus, but that was a great result. So that was my accomplishment over the 210 rides. So that comes out to about little bit like $2 extra per ride, $2.50 maybe, $2.50, $2.60 per ride. So number 5, how much did I lose by getting tips, and how much did I get by earning promotions? So for the promotions, I made $557. So that was extra on top. Was $557 on different bonuses that were offered over the 3 weekends that I drove to get these numbers. My tips were $311. So had Uber not included the tips, I would have had the $530 plus another $311 as my guarantee. But the rules are the rules. I accepted them, and that's how it all shook out. I got $530 extra. So what are the key takeaways? Do I recommend this? You bet I do. Even though it caused me some internal strife because I had to change my whole mindset about accepting rides. And, I just kind of like to take a ride and go and stay busy. And sometimes I would sit and the ride would come in and it was $17 and I would say no. And another ride would come in at $13 and I would say no. And another ride would come in, it'd be like $20, I would say no. Then a ride would come in for $4 and I would go yes. But that's not normally how I operate. So that was kind of difficult. Getting tips was weird because I was normally filled with a little bit of pride, good job, Jay, got a tip. And, during that period, I couldn't get too excited about it because it wasn't really helping me at all. So when this bonus was over and I could go back to my old style, it was like, woo, I got $530 and now I can drive and take any ride I want and not worry about how it's affecting this guarantee. But I highly recommend it. If you're in an area where you can be a little bit selective about the rides you take, it's absolutely, totally worth it. Because this is on top of the other promotions that they offer. So Uber, come on, give me some more guarantees like this. I am all in. I am all in. Hey everybody, this is Jay Crater. I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give this a thumbs up. Take my advice and grab that guaranteed bonus. If you have not subscribed yet to our channel, subscribe. We're going to give you more information about how to become a better driver, how to make more money in less time. Go tell somebody seriously that you love them. It'll make their day. It'll make my day, just knowing you're doing that. Be safe out there. I will see you next time. Bye for now.